I'm Lizzie.
And I am Sam.
And today we're going to be talking about the horror movie I Saw the TV Glow.
Written and directed by a non-binary trans person named Jane Schonbrun.
And we're going to be analyzing how they used movie making as a way to express their transgender experience. The following is a quote from Jane Schonbrun.
I think it's like it's a film that I wrote in the early stages of transition as I was dealing with like the fallout to coming out and this idea of like holding myself in my entire life until this breaking point. And this really is, I think, like the arc of the film.
So initially when I watched this movie, I didn't love it a lot, but it definitely stuck with me. Like the next couple of days I kept thinking about it and like rethinking the most prevalent scenes and just sort of feeling like unsettled.
I watched it with Dessa, and we were both really, really confused at the end.
Yeah, it was confusing for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't really, initially grasp onto the transgender theme. Looking back on it, I can definitely see how that was the theme.
Yeah.
But when I was first watching it, I was more thinking that it was just gonna be, like, a horror.
Yeah, I feel like I went into it knowing it was sort of trans-y.
Yeah, you knew, the plot, or not the plot, but you knew about it before. I went in it completely blind.
Because I heard about it because it was pretty popular when it came out, and I definitely heard from transgender communities that it was really impactful. So I was going into it with that lens, and I definitely was able to pick up on all that.
In the beginning of the movie, Owen and Maddie meet, and she's reading this book called The Pink Opaque, and Owen is like, "Oh my god, wait, I've always wanted to watch that show," and she's like, "Yeah, it's great."
Yeah, and they bond over the fact that they like that show, and they meet up one more time in high school and watch the show together. And Maddie's clearly going through something. She's having a hard time coping with, her rough family life, and she says she's gonna run away and wants Owen to join her. But he is hesitant, and he does not join her at all.
When Maddie runs away, it causes this shift between the first, 20 minutes, that's where it's, the 90s nostalgia childhood vibe, and then she runs away, his mom dies, and, suddenly life is real. And it's very,
Yeah, he's living his adult life, and nothing's wrong with it. He has a job, he has a house, everything's fine, but it just doesn't feel right. It's definitely an uneasy sort of vibe. The director definitely uses this to show what he lost by not running away. He's stable, but he's not happy.
And then Maddie and Owen run into each other at the grocery store, and Maddie tells Owen that basically The Pink Opaque, which that was the show that they watched when they were kids, is real life, and the real life he's been knowing, the real life that Owen has lived his entire life with, is actually fake. It's not real.
Them two are the two main characters in the other show. It's kind of complicated, but when you watch it, it sort of makes more sense. And then he goes home, and he sort of just has this, breakdown. He is so desperate to be in that world that he shoves his head in the TV.
Yeah. And it's not about, suicide or anything else. It's the director trying to show that Owen goes through this, crisis where he really, really wants to be in the Pink Opaque, or with the theme of being transgender. He's exploring his identity. It's his first time, really, really exploring his identity.
And then his dad comes in and isn't worried that his kid is, in the TV electrocuting himself. No. He rips him out of the TV and goes and tries to, burn him over boiling water in their bathtub, which is a really hard scene to watch. It's kind of gross, and Owen is so panicked that he barfs. And it's not like food or anything that normal that comes up. It's blue, it's sparkly, it's sort of like the Pink Opaque in a way, and we think this is his identity being expelled out of him because he's punished.
Out of him.
Yeah. Okay, so Maddie tells him, listen, to get back to the Pink Opaque, you have to bury yourself, which is really extreme. I mean, if the Earth world is his real world,
why would he bury himself?
Exactly.
That would kill him.
Exactly, he'd be killing himself, and that's just not what he wants. So he runs away.
He says no.
Yep, he says, no thank you, Maddie, and bolts out of there, and that's the last time we see her.
20 years later, he's living on with his normal life, what he thinks is his normal life, and he's working at this fun house. He's working for this birthday party, and all of a sudden in the middle of it, he has a meltdown. He breaks down. He's saying, "Help me, please, I'm dying," and no one's listening to him at all.
Everybody's like just frozen, like as if they're not even in the same reality as him.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason the director did that is because it's all internal. It's not about like the other people. The other people can't see his meltdown because it's all about his personal feelings and his identity. And I can't see your identity and you can't see mine. Being transgender is a solo journey. It's about your own personal experiences, and nobody else can really, like, even if they can relate to it, they can't feel it.
After his breakdown that nobody else hears, he excuses himself to the bathroom and he cuts his chest open with a box cutter.
He opens himself up and you don't see blood, you don't see any guts or whatever. It's TV light. I saw the TV glow, okay? It's the pink opaque, which tells Owen that whatever Maddie was saying about the pink opaque being real life is true.
It's affirming that his identity is different than what it appears on the outside.
Exactly. His mind is different than his body. Overall, this movie is a 10 out of 10.
And even if you're not transgender, like I'm not.
I am. Fun fact.
But we both thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and any sort of conflict in your identity can be relatable. So to some extent, you'll probably be able to relate to this movie. We highly recommend it and think it's a super important movie to watch.
Yeah, especially if you don't really understand the transgender experience, or if you're just having a hard time understanding how other people experience identity. It's really good for explaining that.
And it's super interesting to analyze and just see like the director's choices and how they used movie making to convey this idea and their own experience.
And the soundtrack's really good.
And it's really pretty. So overall, solid movie. We definitely recommend.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
20 million out of 10.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.